Lust is one of the most primal drives in human experience, deeply rooted in our biology and evolutionary history. It is not simply a fleeting feeling or a superficial attraction. It is a complex interplay of instinct, physiology, and psychology that has been honed over millennia to ensure survival and reproduction. From an evolutionary standpoint, lust serves a clear purpose. It motivates individuals to seek sexual partners, to form bonds that facilitate reproduction, and to propagate the species. This drive is universal, appearing across cultures, ages, and societies, because it is embedded in the human brain and body as a mechanism for perpetuation of life. Biologically, lust is heavily influenced by hormones such as testosterone, estrogen, and other neurochemicals that heighten sexual desire. Dopamine, the brain's reward chemical, plays a critical role by producing intense pleasure when we encounter stimuli that align with our sexual interests. This combination of hormonal and neurological processes creates a powerful sense of urgency, a focus on potential partners, and a drive that can sometimes feel irresistible. The sensations associated with lust are not merely mental. They manifest physically in increased heart rate, heightened sensitivity, and a flush of energy that signals the body to pursue sexual opportunity. This physiological component ensures that lust is not abstract. It is felt in the body as much as in the mind, compelling action. Psychologically, lust is intertwined with attention, motivation, and desire. When a person experiences lust, their brain prioritizes the object of desire, often narrowing focus and increasing awareness of cues related to sexual opportunity. This selective attention can be so consuming that other tasks, goals, or responsibilities momentarily fade into the background. In this way, lust functions as a powerful motivational force, directing energy toward achieving connection, intimacy, or pleasure. It is a mechanism that evolution designed to ensure that mating behaviors are pursued with intensity, increasing the likelihood of reproductive success. However, lust is not solely a biological imperative. It is also shaped by learning, experience, and culture. While the underlying drive is innate, the ways individuals experience, interpret, and act on lust are influenced by personal history, social norms, and environmental context. This means that while lust is universal, its expression can vary widely, from fleeting attraction and fantasy to deeper sexual desire and pursuit. Some individuals may experience intense, immediate urges, while others experience subtler, more reflective forms of sexual attraction. The expression of lust is thus a dynamic interplay of biology and psychology, instinct and awareness. Importantly, recognizing lust as a primal, evolutionary drive allows us to view it without shame or judgment. It is neither inherently good nor bad. It is a natural, essential part of the human experience. By understanding its origins and functions, individuals can approach their desires consciously, make informed choices, and integrate this powerful instinct into life in a way that is both responsible and fulfilling. Lust, when acknowledged and understood, becomes not a force to resist, but a fundamental aspect of human vitality and connection. Lust, while primal, is not merely a biological impulse. It is deeply influenced by neurochemical activity in the brain, particularly through the action of dopamine and other neurotransmitters that regulate reward and pleasure. When someone experiences lust, their brain's reward system is activated, producing intense sensations of pleasure and motivation. This neurological response reinforces the pursuit of sexual stimuli, making the desire feel urgent and compelling. Dopamine release creates a feedback loop. The more attention is given to the object of desire, the more the brain associates that object with reward, intensifying focus and craving. This is why lust can feel almost overpowering, as if the mind and body are aligned in a singular pursuit of gratification. Testosterone and estrogen also play critical roles in heightening sexual desire. These hormones influence both physical arousal and psychological inclination, shaping how strongly lust is experienced and how quickly it arises. Testosterone, in particular, is associated with drive, assertiveness, and sexual motivation, affecting both men and women. Estrogen and progesterone further modulate attraction and receptivity, influencing mood and responsiveness to potential partners. Together, these chemicals create a biological environment in which lust is not just an abstract feeling, but a tangible, embodied experience. Heart rate increases, blood flow changes, and neural circuits prioritize sexual cues, making lust an inescapable force in the moment. Beyond the biology, lust is also shaped by attention and perception. When someone feels desire, their brain begins to focus selectively on stimuli related to that attraction. Subtle cues, a glance, a tone of voice, a gesture are amplified in significance, while unrelated information fades into the background. This attentional narrowing ensures that energy and thought are directed toward potential connection, increasing the likelihood of pursuing sexual engagement. In this way, lust functions as a motivational amplifier, organizing cognition and behavior around the object of desire. However, neurochemical intensity alone does not dictate the expression of lust. Psychological, social, and experiential factors interact with biology to shape how it is experienced and acted upon. Prior experiences, personal beliefs, cultural norms, and emotional needs all influence whether lust is acted on, suppressed, or redirected. For example, someone who has learned to associate sexual desire with shame may experience the same biological arousal but respond with avoidance or self-control. Conversely, someone who has been socialized to embrace desire may express it more freely. In essence, lust is a product of both evolutionary biology and the intricate neurochemical machinery of the human brain. It is designed to be compelling, urgent, and focused, ensuring that the species seeks connection and reproduction. Understanding the neurological underpinnings of lust allows individuals to see it not as a moral failing or uncontrollable force, but as a natural, adaptive mechanism. Recognizing its origins and influences provides the foundation for self-awareness, ethical choice, and the responsible integration of desire into personal and relational life. Lust is not only a biological and neurological phenomenon, it also carries a profound psychological dimension that shapes human behavior and thought patterns. Psychologically, lust functions as a form of motivation that can dominate attention and influence decision-making. When someone experiences desire, their mind often becomes preoccupied with fantasies, scenarios, and possibilities related to the object of attraction. This preoccupation is not random. It reflects the brain's prioritization of reproductive and relational goals, a deeply ingrained mechanism that evolution has built to ensure species survival. The mind narrows its focus, amplifying cues associated with attraction while minimizing distractions, which creates a sense of urgency and intensity in thought and behavior. Additionally, lust interacts with emotional states. Desire is often heightened by factors such as novelty, excitement, or perceived scarcity. For example, the presence of someone unfamiliar or the anticipation of connection can intensify arousal and attention. Emotions such as curiosity, anticipation, and even anxiety can amplify lust, making it not just a physical drive, but a complex emotional experience. This intertwining of cognition and emotion makes lust a multidimensional force, one that motivates both action and reflection, shaping how individuals think, feel, and engage with their environment. Psychologically, lust also influences social perception and interpersonal dynamics. When attracted to someone, individuals may interpret ambiguous signals as signs of reciprocal interest or exaggerate positive traits while minimizing flaws. This cognitive bias, fueled by desire, can temporarily distort judgment, increasing focus on potential intimacy and connection. In this way, lust functions as both a lens and a motivator. It colors perception and directs behavior toward pursuing relational or sexual goals. Recognizing this effect is critical for understanding why people sometimes make impulsive or irrational choices when under the influence of strong desire. Furthermore, the intensity of lust varies greatly among individuals due to psychological factors such as personality, attachment style, and past experiences. For instance, individuals with secure attachment may experience lust as a balanced, integrated component of relational attraction, whereas those with anxious or avoidant attachment may experience it as overwhelming, distracting, or conflicted. Early experiences, cultural expectations, and personal beliefs about sexuality all shape how desire is expressed and managed. This highlights that lust is not simply a universal, uniform drive, but a deeply personal, psychologically modulated experience. Finally, understanding the psychological nature of lust allows for conscious engagement with desire. Awareness of how thoughts, emotions, and cognitive biases interact with biological urges enables individuals to navigate lust responsibly. By recognizing its patterns, motivations, and emotional triggers, people can make informed choices that honor both their natural impulses and long-term goals, fostering healthier relationships and self-regulation. Lust, then, is not a force to suppress or ignore. It is a vital part of human psychology, offering insight into motivation, connection, and the intricate balance between desire and self-control. Lust is deeply intertwined with emotional and relational dynamics, revealing much about human needs, attachment, and interpersonal behavior. While often thought of as a purely sexual drive, lust is also an expression of underlying psychological desires for connection, validation, and intimacy. Humans are inherently social beings, and sexual desire is frequently a vehicle through which emotional bonds are sought or reinforced. When someone experiences lust, it is rarely just about physical gratification. It also reflects a yearning for closeness, attention, or recognition. This dual nature of lust, both physical and emotional, explains why desire can feel compelling even in the absence of immediate opportunity for sexual expression. Emotions play a pivotal role in shaping the intensity and focus of lust. Excitement, anticipation, or even anxiety can amplify desire, while feelings of rejection or frustration can redirect or suppress it. For instance, the thrill of pursuing someone who appears unattainable can heighten arousal and cognitive focus, making lust an active motivational force. Conversely, repeated experiences of rejection or emotional neglect can create fear or inhibition around desire, demonstrating that psychological and emotional history strongly modulate the way lust is experienced. In this sense, lust is not purely instinctual. It is a reflection of how past experiences, emotional conditioning, and relational expectations intersect with biological drives. Attachment style further influences how lust is experienced and expressed. Individuals with secure attachment may integrate desire seamlessly into their relationships, balancing passion with emotional intimacy and long-term commitment. In contrast, those with anxious attachment may experience lust as heightened, consuming, and at times destabilizing, while avoidantly attached individuals might suppress or distance themselves from desire due to fear of vulnerability. Understanding these patterns helps explain why lust manifests differently across individuals, and why self-control becomes essential in regulating its expression. Lust also interacts with cognitive processes. It often leads to selective attention, focusing the mind on cues associated with the desired person while diminishing attention to other stimuli. This cognitive narrowing can affect decision-making, sometimes resulting in impulsive choices or prioritization of short-term gratification over long-term considerations. Recognizing this effect allows individuals to understand how desire influences behavior and to develop strategies for balancing instinctual drives with conscious thought. Finally, acknowledging the psychological dimensions of lust provides insight into healthy self-regulation. Understanding that desire is connected not only to biology, but also to emotions, attachment patterns, and cognitive processes, empowers individuals to navigate it consciously. Rather than feeling controlled by instinct, they can make informed decisions that honor both their natural impulses and their relational and personal values. By integrating self-awareness with the acknowledgement of desire, lust becomes not a disruptive force, but a guide for understanding human motivation, connection, and emotional fulfillment. Lust is closely connected to impulse control, highlighting the critical role of self-regulation in human psychology. While desire itself is natural and adaptive, acting impulsively on every surge of lust can have consequences ranging from relational conflict to personal regret. Impulse control, the ability to pause, reflect, and choose whether to act, is essential in managing lust responsibly. It allows individuals to differentiate between fleeting urges and long-term goals, aligning behavior with values rather than acting solely on immediate gratification. This capacity for self-regulation is not a suppression of desire, but a mastery of it, enabling one to integrate lust into life consciously and ethically. The challenge of managing lust lies in its intensity and immediacy. When biological drives and neurochemical impulses peak, the body signals urgency, creating a compelling sense of must act now. Without self-control, this intensity can override rational thought, leading to impulsive decisions that may conflict with personal ethics, relationships, or long-term plans. Impulse control provides a buffer, allowing the individual to step back, evaluate consequences, and make choices that honor both natural drives and life priorities. It is a skill cultivated over time through practice, mindfulness, and self-awareness. Psychologically, self-control is intertwined with emotional regulation. Lust is often accompanied by strong emotional arousal, excitement, anticipation, or even anxiety that can cloud judgment. Learning to recognize and regulate these emotions is a cornerstone of managing desire effectively. By observing feelings without immediately reacting, individuals develop the capacity to navigate lust without being overwhelmed by it. This balance ensures that sexual or romantic impulses enhance life rather than disrupt it, fostering healthier relationships and self-perception. Social and cognitive factors also influence impulse control in the context of lust. Cultural norms, personal values, and prior experiences inform how individuals interpret desire and decide whether acting on it is appropriate. People who cultivate reflection, self-discipline, and ethical awareness are better equipped to manage lust responsibly. Practices like mindfulness, journaling, or therapy can enhance this capacity, helping individuals recognize patterns of desire, triggers, and the difference between transient urges and meaningful attraction. Ultimately, impulse control transforms lust from a potentially disruptive force into a manageable and integrated aspect of human experience. It allows individuals to honor their natural drives while maintaining alignment with long-term goals, relationships, and personal ethics. Mastery over impulse does not negate desire. It provides the structure through which desire can be expressed thoughtfully, consciously, and in ways that contribute to fulfillment rather than chaos. By balancing lust with self-control, humans achieve a harmony between instinctual drives and deliberate choice, reflecting the complexity and depth of psychological growth. Lust is also significantly shaped by cultural, societal, and environmental influences, which interact with biological drives to shape human behavior. While the instinct for sexual desire is universal, the ways in which it is experienced, expressed, and regulated are highly dependent on social context. Cultural norms dictate what forms of desire are acceptable, which partners are deemed appropriate, and how openly one may express sexual feelings. In societies with strict moral or religious codes, individuals may learn to suppress or redirect lust, while more permissive cultures may encourage open expression. These social frameworks do not eliminate the drive itself, but modulate its expression, influencing both conscious behavior and internal experience. Media and technology further amplify the psychological impact of lust. Exposure to sexualized images, narratives, and virtual interactions creates heightened arousal, curiosity, and attention toward desire. Social media, pornography, and dating platforms often emphasize immediacy and visual stimulation, fostering quick gratification rather than reflective engagement. This external amplification can make lust feel more urgent and compelling than it might in a neutral environment, challenging self-control and shaping expectations around desire. Individuals must navigate not only their internal impulses, but also these external pressures, learning to distinguish between instinctual drives and socially amplified or artificial stimuli. Interpersonal dynamics also play a role in shaping lust. Social cues, flirtation, and reciprocal attention can enhance or inhibit desire, demonstrating that lust is relational as well as instinctual. Positive reinforcement from a partner or social network can heighten arousal and focus, while negative reactions, rejection, or shame can suppress or redirect desire. Understanding this interplay helps explain why lust is not experienced in isolation. It is deeply embedded in the social and relational context, influenced by both external signals and internal interpretation. Education and awareness about sexuality further impact how individuals manage lust. Those with comprehensive sexual education are often better equipped to understand the biological and psychological mechanisms underlying desire, enabling more conscious and ethical choices. Conversely, a lack of understanding can lead to confusion, guilt, or impulsive behavior, highlighting the importance of knowledge in integrating desire responsibly. By recognizing the influence of cultural and societal factors, individuals gain insight into how lust is shaped, not just by biology, but by context, experience, and environment. This understanding empowers conscious decision-making, helping people navigate desire with awareness, restraint, and ethical consideration. Lust in this framework becomes a dynamic interplay between innate drives and social conditioning, one that can be managed intelligently rather than reacted to blindly. Ultimately, the interplay between lust and self-control shapes the quality of human life, relationships, and personal development. Lust, as a primal drive, is neither inherently good nor bad. It is a natural part of human existence that signals attraction, desire, and the motivation to connect. However, unchecked or impulsive indulgence in lust can lead to consequences such as emotional turbulence, relational conflicts, or decisions that conflict with long-term values and goals. Self-control serves as the balancing force, allowing individuals to navigate desire consciously, ethically, and in alignment with their broader objectives. Self-control transforms lust from a potentially destabilizing force into an integrated aspect of human experience. It allows for reflection, planning, and consideration of consequences before acting, creating space to choose whether and how to express desire. This conscious engagement prevents impulsive behaviors that could harm oneself or others, fostering healthier emotional and relational outcomes. By exercising restraint, individuals can honor natural impulses without being overwhelmed or dominated by them. Moreover, balancing lust with self-control encourages emotional intelligence. Recognizing the triggers, intensity, and emotional roots of desire allows individuals to understand themselves more deeply and respond thoughtfully. Rather than being driven solely by instinct, they can integrate desire into a framework of personal values, relational ethics, and long-term goals. This integration enhances self-mastery, improves relationships, and promotes emotional stability. The psychological growth achieved through managing lust responsibly is profound. It teaches patience, reflection, and ethical decision-making. Individuals learn to distinguish between transient urges and meaningful desire, between immediate gratification and sustained fulfillment. In doing so, lust becomes a guide rather than a dictator, a force that can inspire connection, creativity, and intimacy when approached mindfully. In conclusion, the psychology behind lust and self-control reveals a delicate balance between instinct and reason, impulse and reflection. Lust is a natural, evolutionarily grounded drive, providing motivation, pleasure, and connection, while self-control allows humans to harness that drive without letting it dominate behavior or compromise values. Together, they create a dynamic interplay that, when understood and managed consciously, fosters personal mastery, healthy relationships, and a richer, more integrated human experience. By acknowledging both the power of desire and the importance of restraint, individuals can navigate their impulses with wisdom, transforming lust from a potentially disruptive force into a constructive and enlightening aspect of life.